G'day guys, it's No Duff here again today, and I want to talk to you about a very serious and important, yet generally avoided subject, veteran suicide. Veteran suicide has always been a concerning issue amongst the veteran community. However, its voice has generally never been heard. It has consistently been avoided because it doesn't pop up frequently enough on the media's radar. According to statistics, suicide rates aren't high in the armed forces, which may or may not be true. However, what they fail to recognise are the amount of suicides of personnel that are ex-service members. Those ex-service members that may have committed suicide come under a different line of work once they leave the armed forces, and thus their suicide contributes to some other profession statistic, and generally no correlation is drawn between their suicide and their time serving their country. Now this problem can be pinned on a few different areas, and I'll cover off on a few just briefly. There is a certain stigma in the military that is different to any other profession in the world. It doesn't matter what service or branch you serve for, or what job you do, you always feel you need to maintain that tough guy appearance. This can be good and bad. Good because it portrays your service as the toughest one out there, but bad because it indirectly forces personnel to not voice their dramas more frequently. And for some, not being able to talk to people about their problems can lead to suicidal thoughts. Doesn't matter what branch you serve for, everyone cops a lot of pressure all the time. And that constant pressure can accumulate in personnel and eventually spill over. However, some of you may or may not be aware, but in a day-to-day environment, as you deal with that pressure, you whinge to your mates, which helps you blow off that extra bit of steam. And for some, that's generally enough to keep them going. However, once you leave the military, who else understands what you're dealing with better than those who dealt with the same stuff? No one. It's your mates that truly understand you and can help you fight that demon. The feeling of wanting to commit suicide comes from a long inner mental battle with yourself. A long drawn out feeling of absolute depression that there seems to be no return from. A feeling of having absolute nothingness, nothing to live for, no one to care. But even if you did lose your car, your missus, your house, there's one thing that every veteran will always have: your mates. And that's the audience I'm dual targeting here today. It's you blokes that think everything is okay because one of your mates tells you that everything's okay. This is the third trip he's missed out on, but everything's okay. He started to drive home after a 6-pack of the boozer, but everything's okay. He started being reckless and not really caring when he goes out in the town anymore. But you know what? Everything's okay. It's you blokes I'm talking to, the ones that are in a position to see that one of your mates is going off track. You're the ones that are in a correct mindset to see that something isn't right. Don't revert back to the stigma and give the old "she'll be right, he just needs to blow off a bit of steam." Seriously, go and find out if there's something you can do to help. If you feel like you're the problem, then find someone else who can help. Your mate is fighting a mental battle, and just like you wouldn't leave him in a contact, you never let your mates fight alone. Now I'm going to equip you with an acronym that is currently going through the military, because we all know how much the military loves their acronyms, but this one targets the people that are first responders rather than those considering suicide. Because let's face it, not many of you would know what to do if your best mate come up to you right now and said that they had suicidal thoughts. So I'm going to teach you this acronym so that you can employ it as an immediate action drill for your mates. The acronym is GO SLOW. Suicide, listen, options, and walk. So if you discover your mate may be having suicidal thoughts, go slow. So they've approached you or you've discovered that they're considering to commit suicide. That's when you move straight into listen. Listen to what they have to say. Don't tell them they're stupid for considering it. Don't argue with them. You should be shocked, sympathetic, and calm. Accept their reasons and then offer options. From here, provide them with alternative options for help. Explain that you can only guide them so much, but you believe someone else will be able to provide them with better guidance, for example a padre or a psych. Once they've accepted that preferred option, walk. Walk with them to the padre or psych, consistently listening and providing that soft shoulder to vent on. Walk with them to prove that you care. You are generally concerned about their welfare and you're willing to drop whatever you're doing to make sure that they receive the correct treatment. The same way you would want to stay with your wounded mate after the contact has ended. So yeah guys, I hope I can get my point across. It may fall on deaf ears, but who knows. One of you may remember to go slow next time a mate reaches out to you, and I would have helped save at least one life, and to me, that's a mission success. So main points to remember are, when confronted with a mate that's considering suicide, go slow. Listen, don't argue, provide them with options, and walk with them where they need to go. As always, I hope this video was informative and educational. If any of you out there are considering suicide, please reach out to your mates, family, even other veterans. VVCS is an excellent start, which is run in conjunction with the DVA. If you ever need someone to talk to, don't even hesitate to contact me. We're all family and we're here to help each other out. Stay safe and I hope to see you all next time.